Okay, good morning. So the subject is Advanced Clinical Chemistry, and the subject code is 20 MLB 308. And myself, Attuluri Vamsi Kumar, and I'm going to teach you this subject. So coming to the syllabus, these are my details. So coming to your fifth semester, in your fifth semester, totally you have 13 courses. So you have clinical microbiology or virology, mycology, analytical biochemistry, cytotechnology. You also have analytical lab, biomedical engineering. Then you have this. Is this your program structure? Advanced clinical chemistry. Yes. So I'm teaching this advanced clinical chemistry. Okay. So you have 2 classes per week. So you have only 2 units in this subject. So the first unit is all about toxic metals, and the second unit is all about markers, cardiac markers, renal markers, some other markers. Okay. So coming to the unit 1, here we have toxic effects of overexposure to metals. So before discussing about these metals, I would like to discuss about the some few things. Okay. I'm very interested in sharing one incident. Okay, which surprised me a lot. So I have seen. Okay, so I was in my grandmother's home. So when I went to grandmother's home, they're watching the serials, okay, TV serials. And in that serial, I saw a scene where this mother-in-law was trying to kill her daughter-in-law. And you know what they are showing in serials? Are you listening, me, students? Are you following me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yeah. So in the serial, I don't know why these people are showing such things in the public medias. Okay, so the idea is this mother-in-law need to kill the daughter-in-law. So what this mother-in-law did, she went to the kitchen. Then first she went to the bedroom and she brought one thermometer. And I was surprised. Oh, how she is gonna kill with the thermometer? Then, as expected, she broke the thermometer. Then I thought that she may stab with the broken glass pieces of thermometer, but no. Now she prepared nice coffee. Then she started pouring this mercury. This in the thermometer we have that mercury, right? So she poured mercury in the coffee, and she started moving towards her daughter-in-law. I think she's just woke up and she want bed coffee. So this mother-in-law is moving towards the daughter-in-law, and it's a slow motion. No, I think they took this for a 1 to 2 days episodes. Anyway, I was surprised because mercury is one of the most toxic and most dangerous metal. Just a nanogram of mercury is enough to kill a human. You just keep a nanogram of mercury on your tongue and you will die instantaneously. If mercury dissolved in the blood means game over. Mercury will kill us immediately. And I don't know why these serials are educating people. No, serials are making people serial killers. Anyway, that is not good, but that is the consequences of this heavy metals. Heavy metals can kill us instantaneously. Okay, because these heavy metals will interfere in the normal metabolic pathways of the body. They will interfere at the enzymatic level. They will interfere at uh, the cell membranes. They will interfere in the DNA translation and transcriptions. They will interfere in the ribosomal activity. So usually they will interfere in the metabolic activities of the cells. Since they're blocking their normal metabolic pathways, so the cells will suffocate and they will die. They will stop their metabolic activities and they will die. And these are the in a nutshell properties of heavy metals. They will block the this metabolic pathways. So I would like to show you the properties of this heavy metals. Okay, I would like to share my computer screen as a whole, then it will be better. Let me share my computer screen here. Okay, so I think now you can see my whole computer. I will show you the biological effects of this one. Here it is. Okay, so the biological activities of metals are they will inhibit the enzymes. Okay, they will inhibit synthesis of proteins. They will cross membranes by passive diffusion and pinocytosis. They can target critical organs for most metals. Okay, like kidney. Yes, kidney is the primary organ that will try to eliminate any poisons from our body. Okay, but even at the level of kidney, the heavy metals will block the normal kidney activity, so that all these metals will start depositing within their body, and they will eventually kill the persons. This is how the heavy metals will can become a fatal to the human bodies. Okay, so this is all about the heavy metals. Now, what is the basic definition of heavy metal? How we can define something as a heavy metal? Is all metals are dangerous to human body, or only few metals are dangerous? If only few metals are dangerous, then why not others? Why not other metals are not dangerous, and why only some metals are dangerous? Okay, now these things we can answer. Okay, are you following me, students? Is my voice clear? There is no breakage, right?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Well, yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So my current question is why, how we can define something as a heavy metal, and why not all metals are dangerous? Why only few metals are dangerous? Okay, let us see answers for this thing. So first of all, in order to define something as a heavy metal, this metal atomic number should be greater than 20. If the atomic number is greater than 20, then that can be stated as a heavy metal. Then you may come up with some questions like, sir, what about zinc, magnesium, calcium, some trace elements which are very essential for our regular things. Okay, so I would like to show you the classification of these heavy metals. Okay, yeah. So okay, heavy metals are broadly classified into these four types: micronutrient elements, macronutrient, micronutrient, highly toxic elements, and precious elements. Okay, so macronutrient elements means these are the essential elements that we need to take in our regular diet. Without these elements, our body's metabolism won't work. Say, for example, iron. Iron is one of the important metal that facilitates the capture of oxygen, which is embedded within the hemoglobin of the red blood cell. So iron plays a vital role in capturing the oxygen. So I would like to tell few more points about iron, students. We know the status of nail, right? This keel, so iron nail. So if we keep this nail for, exposed to the environment for next 1 year, what happens? This nail will rust. Why nail has rusted? And we know the color of rusty nail. It will be in brick red color. The nail rusted because of oxidation with the environmental oxygen. Because of reacting with the environmental oxygen, it oxidized and it became a brick red substance. So that means that process is called rusting. And rusting causes a byproduct, which is brick red color component. And that is what exactly happening in our body. The iron in the blood is keep on rusting. Rusting means here it is reacting with the oxygen. And that is why the blood is in red color, very thick brick red color. So now we understood, right, what is the reason for being blood in red color. The reason is this iron and oxygen, they both oxidize, and the byproduct will be this oxidized ferrous element will be red color. So yes, we need this rusting process for our survival. So yes, iron is one important element that we need. Then zinc, copper, and cobalt. Copper is one. It will be binded with the calcium in the bones. So copper plays a vital role in many metabolic pathways. Then zinc. Zinc is important for uric acid metabolism and some other DNA metabolisms requires this zinc. Then cobalt also we need. Okay, so these are the things that we need to take in our regular diet. Then micronutrients. Sometimes we need not to mind about these micronutrients. They will automatically come via supplementations. Okay, copper, nickel, chromium, and iron. So now microelements has some issues. The issue is, if we are taking microelements in large quantities, they can become toxic. At lower quantities, they won't cause any problems to the body. But at higher quantities, these micronutrient elements may cause some diseases. They may cause some abnormalities, may cause some discomforts in the body. Okay, so micronutrients must be taken in micro quantities only. And surprisingly, you can see here, uh, in both macronutrient and micronutrient, the iron is present. So yes, excessive amount of iron is a toxin that is called iron intoxicosis. Surprisingly, students, only upon going through my masters, I realized the importance of iron, the method of iron transport and excretion in the body. And my surprising fact is, we don't have a mechanism of removing iron completely from our body. Through our life, we are depositing iron into the body, and the body is trying its level best to cope up with this iron. It was trying its level best to keep this iron balance. Okay, that is really interesting. Body is really struggling to keep the iron in its optimal quantities. Okay, that we can see in the future classes. Then coming to the highly toxic elements. So highly toxic elements, these are the elements or atoms that has atomic number greater than 20, and they will interfere with the normal elements which we discussed in the above. So this cadmium, lead, silver, and mercury will mimic like essential elements, and they will block their pathways. Okay, so some of the very important highly toxic elements are cadmium, lead, silver, and mercury. Okay, these four are very dangerous heavy metals. And of course, in our syllabus, we will focus more over this cadmium, lead, silver, and mercury. Maybe I can give you some entire essay of individual element. What are the toxic properties of cadmium? Discuss in detail with its metabolic pathway, functional, clinical complications, signs, symptoms, etc. in the human body. Similarly, I can ask questions from all these four metals. Okay, we must discuss in detail about these four metals in the first unit: cadmium, lead, silver, and mercury. Okay, see mercury, the best example, that serial example. Okay, so mercury. So this is all about few heavy metals and their properties. Then yeah, so the definition. So definition is, the term heavy metal refers to any metallic chemical element that has a relatively high density and is toxic or poisonous at low concentrations. The substance that is poisonous even at micro quantities can be stated as a toxin. Okay, heavy metals are conventionally defined as elements with metallic properties and an atomic number with greater than 20 can be stated as a heavy element. The most common heavy element, toxic heavy elements are cadmium, chromium, copper, mercury, lead, and zinc. Okay, these are the most common toxic heavy metals. Okay, they are cadmium, chromium, copper, mercury, lead, and zinc. Okay, so now students, we need not to mind about this physical properties of these metals. If we see, some of the physical properties include, they cannot be metabolized by the body. Their melting temperature is high. They are good at, they are very good at conducting electricity. They are non-degradable. That means we can't break them. They are they cannot be excreted from the human body, and that is the major problem. If something that is not able to excrete by our human body, that can become a toxin. This is another definition of toxin. Keep in mind, toxin is something which our body is unable to metabolize. Toxin is something which our body is unable to excrete. The substance that cannot be excreted or metabolized by the body can be stated as toxins. Okay, any doubts so far, students? I think
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Rajat.
Sir, please repeat that previous slide, sir. That heavy metal one.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, what I'm trying to say here is, how we can able to define toxin means, even at low concentrations, it can cause a problem to our body. That can be stated as a toxin. Okay, just imagine having mercury in the a river. Unfortunately, you drank a glass full of river water and there is very low concentration of mercury, but that can affect you. If you get affected by even the micro quantities of a metal, and if you got any problem, then such thing can be defined as a toxic element. Even at micro quantities, if they are causing any destruction to the human body, or some alterations in human pathways, then that can be stated as a toxin. And conventionally, heavy metal is something that has atomic number greater than 20. Okay, that can be stated as a heavy metal, but not all. Okay, there are few exceptions, I'm agreeing. Okay, so few exceptions are there, but most of the times the atomic number greater than 20 can be stated as a heavy metal. So some of the most common toxic heavy metals are cadmium, chromium, iron, mercury, lead, and zinc. Okay, so this is not my problem, students. Moreover, this one, I would like to discuss something which is really serious concern about the environment, and that is caused purely by humans. It is because of human fault we are causing this heavy metal contamination. See, this heavy metals not only causing problems to humans. We are so egocentric, selfish beings. We are only minding about our our well wishes. Okay, we want humans to be good. What about other animals? Aren't they have life? Aren't they have metabolisms? Aren't they have the same rights that we have to, like the way we need to live freely without any diseases? Yes, these heavy metals, usually heavy metals, naturally speaking, they are embedded deep in the earth core. They won't cause any problem to the nature because they are in their raw forms. Okay, they are with their heterogeneous mixtures. The lead won't be in pure lead. Lead will be mixed with some other things, so they are neutralized in the environment. But it is the humans, we purified them, we enriched them, and we dumped them back into the environment. And it is because of us the environment is damaging, the whole ecosystem, the whole ecology is damaging because of human interference. This is not only causing problems to the humans, but to the entire aquatic, land, sea, every creatures are get affected by these heavy metals. And that begs a question about where do we got these heavy metals? For that, we need to discuss about biomedical waste, the lethal consequences of biomedical waste. So there is this close relationship between biomedical waste and these heavy metals. Once I'm telling about biomedical waste, temporarily I want to shift this lecture towards some other thing, students. Currently, we have this major problem, which is microplastic. The polyvinyl, this plastic became a deadliest substance. Plastic became omnipotent. It is everywhere, in your mobiles, in your hands right now, in your body right now. You have a plastic component. It can be in another form of your shirt, your anything, your everything. Okay, so plastic became a very dangerous, and this microplastic means this is a nanoscopic plastic particles are present in the oceans, because at last, how there is a saying in my Telugu, a cat which is drinking milk, it will close its eyes and it will drink milk, assuming that no one watching the cat. Similarly, we are thinking that, okay, we are not dumping waste in the land. Now we are dumping this waste in the oceans. We are taking this waste in the ships and we are dumping this waste in the oceans, thinking that the land is clean. But we are damaging the aquatic creatures, whole fishes. Now the fishes diet became this plastic. Plastic became a part of a fish food chain, and the same fishes we are eating in our food chain. Right now, in our bodies, the plastic is circulating in our blood. Plastic is one of the carcinogen. It can cause cancers. All our packed food items are wrapped in the plastic. You just see the deadly consequences of plastic. It is a modern age, plague. It's a 22nd century plague, which is plastic. I want to show you my PowerPoint, which I prepared in last lectures. I will show you that 1 second. Yeah. Can you able to see my PowerPoint, students? Can you see this computer? Okay, let me only share my PPT, then it will be nice. Can you see white blank? One second.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, students. Thank you. One second. Where is this PPT? Where I kept it? It is here. Advanced clinical. Share. See, don't worry about syllabus. We can finish it. Okay. First, let us understand the consequences. Until we are getting the curiosity, we can't read the actual subject. Okay. So I was trying to develop that curiosity in you. Okay. So yes. Now can you see? Can you see my PowerPoint? Is it visible nicely?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, students. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So here, see, as I stated, single-use plastics are really dangerous, and my heart melted by seeing 2017 National Geographic cover photo. 2017 National Geographic magazine cover photo really melted my heart, and I want to show you that. Before that, I want to show you a small story. So, can anyone tell what is this in this water, students? What is this one? It's a cover, right? It's a plastic cover, carry bag, right? So how many of you know about jellyfish? Do you know what is jellyfish? The sea creature with transparent thing. Now I will show you a thing. Yeah. Can you able to tell me the difference between plastic cover and jellyfish here, students? Can you tell me the difference? Can you see the jellyfish on the screen? Yes, you can see, right? So can you tell me the difference? There is a jellyfish and there is a cover, right? Since we are humans, we can able to distinguish a cover from a jellyfish. What about a hungry sea? Okay, this is jellyfish. So we can able to differentiate a jellyfish from a carry bag. Then what about a hungry turtle? Then a hungry turtle able to differentiate a carry bag from a jellyfish? It can't. And what happens to this turtle now? We can able to tell the difference, but a turtle cannot tell the difference between a carry bag and a jellyfish. So most of the aquatic creatures started eating this plastic bags, and they are dying. Just think about the painful death they undergoing. Their stomachs will be painful. It is one of the worst way of dying. So most of the sea turtles are extincting. Okay, they are becoming permanently deleted from our planet Earth because of our uh, ignorance, our faults. So this is a sea turtle which has been died because of on the diet of plastic bags. So they thought that plastic bag is a jellyfish and they died eventually. So who is responsible for their death? And as I stated, the Times Magazine cover photo, I want to show you that. So this is, yeah, sea turtles are died because of us. Then the photo that I want to show you is this one. This is the Times Magazine cover photo. Here we can see a seagull, a girl, a bird, which was died, which is laid down on the seashore, and we know the reason for its death. We can see what it ate. In its stomach, all it has is plastic caps, everything. It thought that these colorful pebbles are the crabs, small crabs that are wandering on the seashore. It assumed that these are sea creatures, and it started feeding on these so-called sea creatures, plastic sea creatures. So yes, plastic became a modern plague, and this is the Times Magazine cover photo. And this is something which we need to give answers, whatever we are doing. And now we got another problem. By the name of this corona pandemic, we got a new family member into this plastic pollution, and that is this masks. Upon using your masks, you are throwing them on everywhere. and now we got this another problems. And that is all about biomedical waste and things. And one of the biomedical waste is the instruments that we are using in the labs. In the labs, we are using this heavy, all these surgical instruments, this medical equipment, and these medical equipment has this heavy metals. They have this plastic. So we need to think twice before whatever actions we are doing. No. Okay, we are doing good at treating patients, but we also need to consider about the environment. Is our activities damaging the environment? Is our activities causing any alterations in the ecosystem? If it is really causing, then we need to answer it. We need to take preventive measures. We need to take preventive precautionary measures, and we need to educate the people. We need to give awareness about this biomedical waste and these heavy metals, and we need to take our own part in minimizing its effects on the economy and the environment. Okay, so we need to discuss about biomedical waste, BMW. I'm not telling about the car, I'm telling about the biomedical waste. So all these syringes, needles, these thermometers, everything has this heavy metals, and heavy metals are silent killers. Just to release a drop of mercury in a pond, the whole fishes in the pond will be died because of one drop of mercury. You don't know, you will just simply throw the thermometer into your dustbin in the home, and that the dustbin will go to the public waste, and they will dump in the nearby canals, and in the canal a fish will get feed on this, and that fish will be eaten by a pregnant woman, and the pregnant woman will get a miscarriage or abnormal baby. Everything is interlinked. We are thinking that our action won't cause any effect, but there is something called butterfly effect. Each and every action has its own greater consequences. Okay, I want to show you another photo. See here, this poor little cattle, they are wandering in the waste, thinking that they may find some delicious bananas or some other food material, and they are wandering in this biomedical waste contaminant areas. They don't know that there are sharp needles. They don't know that there are sharp glass broken pieces. They don't know that there are heavy metals. And really, we are causing serious issues to the system. And most of the people are trying to generate money even from the waste, and they don't know what they are touching. They don't know that if he mishandle that thing, he may die in the next 2 days. So yes, heavy metals are a dangerous thing, and now that is why we need to study these heavy metals, and this has been included in your syllabus. How to detect these heavy metals in the blood, their actions, their metabolic pathways, the signs and symptoms in the patient, the type of sample we need to take, and the type of test we need to perform in order to diagnose and to investigate the cause of the illness, and their treatment and their minimizing things we will study in this advanced clinical chemistry in the next classes. Okay, I think this is enough for today, students. This is the introductory class. I hope you got some idea about why we are studying this subject, right? These heavy metals. Heavy metals are really dangerous, simply. Yeah. So let me take attendance of your class. Let me take photo. Screenshot. So from tomorrow onwards, we can have a solid classes, okay? In-depth notes on individual heavy metals. Okay, any doubts, students, in today's lecture? Can I end this class? If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
No, sir.
Yes, all right, students. Yes, thank you. Any feedback? Is there any issues with my vocabulary, anything? No, right?
Good, sir.
Okay, thank you, students. Yes. Okay, thank you very much, students. You can leave. Thank you. I will end this session. You can leave.